The Irish Famine was a genocide that saw the population of Ireland decrease by a quarter. The emigration from Ireland led to a cultural influence across the world known as the Irish diaspora. The Great Hunger could be known as an artificial famine due to the actions England took. The decade following 1845 will go down in Irish history as one of the worst times. During the 16th and 17th century under Oliver Cromwell, England forced the Irish to relocate from northeastern Ireland, Ulster, to the western part of Ireland, Connaught. The soil in Connaught was only suitable for potatoes. The land taken in Ulster was given to the Protestants from Scotland and England. In 1695, England enacted the penal laws that outlawed Irish Catholics as well as Gaelic language. Finally, in 1801, the Act of Union made Ireland part of England.
The potato blight was caused by a fungus that struck Ireland in the year 1845. The fungus was called Phytophthora infestans. This particular infestant struck for the first time in the U.S. in the year 1843. After moving to Belgium on a cargo of potatoes, it destroyed potatoes in Flanders, Normandy, Holland, and southern England. The blight hit Ireland 2 times, in 1845 and in 1846, devastating the nation both times.
What truly made the famine into genocide was the response by the British to the crisis. Before the famine, Irish economy was destroyed by Britain's surplus of goods, but Britain's economy was affected as well. The government responded by setting the Poor Law Act of 1838, which divided the island up into 130 areas. In the workhouse, people had no freedom and no civil rights. This only added to the hatred between the two.
The Corn Laws were a set of laws to protect British grain producers. These laws placed tariffs on imported grain to deter cereal competition for Britain's own production. In an act in line with free trade and to mitigate the effects of the famine, they repealed the laws to invoke grain imports. This didn't work as Ireland's famine seemed to be unaffected by the repeal as they continued to export grain out of the country when it could have been feeding the desolate Irish population.
There were 3 main beliefs of British that worsened the famine. First of them was laissez-faire. Laissez-faire was a reigning belief that there should be as little government interference with the economy as possible. Under this belief, stopping the exporting of Irish grain was unacceptable. Laissez-faire also took part in terminating the soup kitchen scheme on September 1847, which fed millions of people in Ireland, as well as the government's refusal to assist in emigration. The second belief was providentialism. Leading expert of providentialism perspective and the one in charge of administering Irish relief policy, Sir Charles Trevelyan, stated the famine as
a direct stroke of an all-wise and all-merciful providence, one which laid bare the deep and inveterate root of social evil. The famine was the sharp but effectual remedy by which the cure is likely to be effected. God granted that the generation to which this great opportunity has been offered may rightly perform its part.
The third belief was moralism, the notion that the Irish's morals was the one at fault, not the famine. British believed Irish to be inferior than them, stating the inferiority as a cause of the famine.
There were many donations made after the first blight in 1845. However, most of the donations made during the famine was done after the blight in 1846. Calcutta sent 16,500 pounds sterling in 1847. Bombay sent 3,000 pounds sterling. The Quakers sent 200,000 pounds sterling. The British Relief Association, founded in 1847, raised about 400,000 pounds sterling. The Choctaw Indian Nation in the U.S. sent over $170 while just going through the Trail of Tears.
Between the years 1845 and 1855, Nearly 2 million people emigrated from Ireland to America and Australia, and another 7,500,000 to Britain. The ships that people took to get out of Ireland were called coffin ships. There were 47,465 documented deaths in 1847 alone on these ships. Even the people who cleaned the ships had to be bribed in order to get the bodies out of the vessels.
According to the Irish census of 1841, the population of Ireland exceeded 8 million, and by 1851, the population had dropped to 6 million. 1 million died from starvation, while another 2 million emigrated out of Ireland. During the period of 1845 to 1850, British total expenditures in Ireland were £7 million sterling. Today, roughly 40 million Americans claim Irish ancestry, having helped shape the America we know and love today.